So have you figured it out yet? This paradoxical principle that I sometimes say, like, God gives you what you want when you stop wanting it. Because for a while, we can't help but to do everything with the mind, including the whole spiritual awakening pursuit, etc. We're doing it with our mind. We're like trying to awaken. That, yeah, we have to, because we're so habitual. It's so habitual. We're so conditioned to function that way because of this deep identity that we've had for lifetimes. Can't help it. But those beings who really had a real spiritual experience, I like that word better than awakening. Awakening has this final one and you're done connotation, and it's just like not like that. You can always awaken more and more and more and more. So whenever a certain spiritual experience came to you, do you notice you like weren't doing anything? Just weren't doing any experience I've heard from somebody who I trust, who I know, not so much the internet. It always happens spontaneously. Even the teachers, all the teachers who teach a certain technique and this is the right practice, they weren't doing that technique and practice to come into some shift that caused their shift. This technique and practice came as a result afterwards, after they had the shift. Then they're like, oh yeah, look. Oh. It's like there's just now. I feel this presence. You just pay attention to that. Okay. All right. Where's the camera? But then you have a bunch of people trying to apply that through their mind to get into the state that the teacher's in. And then they can't do it. Yeah, I know, because it has to happen spontaneously. So when you chill, when you're like, okay, see, this is why it really helped. I don't know when this realization came. I don't know. But when it's like something realized, it's like, wait a minute, man. There's no like that tree. That's not like enlightenment. Like if I just get to this tree, I finally got there. I'm enlightened. I realize, no, wait a minute. Like consciousness is infinite. It's always expanding. It can always reach higher states of itself. There's like no end. There's no end. And then something, damn, good. Okay, all right, let me just do the best I can and that's it. Not think about anything anymore. How enlightened am I? Let's see. I said the curse word earlier today. You say, all that stuff went away then. And then you know what happened? Automatically, I started feeling more serene inside. And then if the mind, it doesn't even try now because it knows it can't get me. If the mind comes back in and says, whoa, you've been serene for like 5 hours. And these 2 people said you were super spiritual. Are you awakened? You see, all that type of stuff, gone. And so that happened because I gave up. I gave up in a good way. This, I was going to say seeking, but then people hear that wrong. See, people tell other people, stop seeking. No, the seeking continues. It's just different. I'm always seeking to, you can say, be more merged with the source. What are you gonna do? That's automatic. That goes on automatically. But the personal identity behind the seeking, see, if you say it like that, it's like, okay, now we can talk. Yeah. This obsessive seeking isn't there, but you're always open. You're always open to how you can be guided more toward the source. It's just, this is what life is. This is how it works. It's fun. That's why it never ends, because God likes to have fun. And I'm making another video. I forgot the title, but it's something like this, because I feel like it's something like this video, because I feel like these This is important. Important for those who this resonates with, which is the only people I'm trying to reach. Whether that be 30% or 10% or 1%, I want to reach those who this message resonates with. Because what's the point otherwise? That's another common sense thing. You want to find your people. It's not that if somebody's not your person that they're stupid. No, but it's like you find your people. This is go to any place where there's a bunch of people and you find all these little cliques because they found their people. Yeah, this is life. You don't waste time talking to people who don't understand you or who misunderstand you. That's the same thing, really. Most people who don't understand you, they're going to misunderstand you because ego. I think they understand you. If they're higher level though, and then you say, look, actually it's not like that. They're like, oh, okay, I want to hear then what it's like. Yeah, that's good. Because human language is very limited. We're going to misunderstand, especially texting. Have you noticed how much misunderstanding can come through texting? I mean, you can kill somebody over something that they didn't even say it. They said the opposite. So human life is messy like that. We have to be open to our interpretations, might be wrong. So anyway, back to the main topic. I wonder if I should sit down. It's like I said before, you try as hard as you can, but you relax about it. You cannot control, you can't even control your efforts, really. The life force is doing that. But let's keep things a little more on practical level. You cannot control the results of anything you do, including spiritual practice. You can't force the results. All you can do is do how the life force is moving through you to do. And via evolutionary process, if you're at the point now where this spark inside you, you want to honor that, this spark that says, you know what, I really want to, I can't give so much attention to this level of creation anymore and chasing goals and getting the relationship and I can't do it. I'm tired. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't have energy for that. I want to put energy now into realizing my true nature. And it's not a choice. This is what you do. So if that's alive in you, then remember, look, both sides are important. I don't know which one's more important. Sometimes I say the latter is more important. I'm going to share the latter right now. The former is that you're putting effort and some attention toward recognizing your true nature. The latter, which is the second ingredient to this spiritual recipe, is you totally just remember, because I was going to say totally relax about it, but you don't have the power to do that. So remember, if you remember this, then the relaxation maybe will come. Depends on how strong your identity is with this conditioned thought that most people have. Surrender. Remember, just look at it and see, I'm doing my meditation, I'm doing my yoga, I'm doing my whatever you're doing. But I can't control how I'm feeling inside. I can't give my own internal inner self a total overhaul. I'm going to get rid of all the blocks and all the suppression and all the karma and everything, and I'm just going to clean that out. Just contemplate that for a little bit, and then you'll recognize your powerlessness over this whole thing, and then something will relax. You're like, okay, yeah, I don't know. I can't really do anything, man. And then your undoing of this self that you want to be free of, this ego self, that undoing will accelerate because you're not in there trying to manage it and measure everything and looking at your stopwatch, how long before I have my awakening. You're not doing all that. You've recognized this is out of my hands. I can't do anything. And so I'm just going to continue to cooperate with how the life force wants to function through me, to do certain things, to get more evolved. That's all I can do. I'm just going with that. I'm going with that. The results, I don't know anything about it. I'm not even thinking about it. Then the results will happen faster. Unless the mind's doing it as a technique. The mind says, oh yeah, I'm going to pretend like I don't care because then the results will happen faster. Okay, let's do that. Yeah, it won't work. You can't manipulate with the universe. Just check yourself inside. Do the introspection and see, how much do I really care? It's okay to care. I'm not saying you don't become apathetic, but like, how much am I like overly obsessing about this, measuring myself and always, like, how spiritual am I? How spiritual are they? Am I more spiritual than all that stuff? You just give all that up. And you're just here like this. You're just here. You don't beat yourself up over things, over anything. If you do something and you feel in your heart you should make amends, you go make amends. But you don't like make it into a story because you like did something that your conditioning tells you now you're not spiritual. This is all traps. This is more advanced traps the ego uses. The spiritual world's full of traps. So that's what you do. You just go have fun. I made a video once. Forget about spirituality. Go have fun. Some people need to because they're just too rigid now. Like they're making this spirituality into something. Like it's natural. It's just a natural thing you do. It's common sense. Yeah, it's not like something you're doing and like I'm on the spiritual journey and I'm doing this and now I'm measuring myself and oh no, I'm not meeting my spiritual expectations. So if you get too far off into that, man, just go to the movies or something, or go get drunk if you have to, like whatever. Just kind of break this identity, and chill out. And then you continue your spiritual focus without being overly focused, and let evolution do its thing. Let the spiritual experiences or awakenings come when they come. Don't be like waiting for them. Maybe somebody say, well, I'm 50 years old, 60, and I never had any kind of spiritual experience. Well, maybe you're going to have 10 back to back. Maybe you're going to have a major experience, 5 minutes before you leave the body. What difference does it make? Be aware of all these little things we tell ourselves and that we believe in. It's all nonsense. Most of the stuff the mind says is nonsense. Just go by inner feeling and do the best you can. All right, I'll see you.